Is there advice you could give to other founders on sort of how they get more in touch with themselves and how they're operating and how their own sort of psychology is impacting the business and how to think about that?
The advice would be, first see if you're finding yourself agitated or frustrated or any one of these other feelings that can manifest in other ways. It could be avoidance. So if there's some kind of repetitive thing that you're doing, and for me, it was hitting a wall a couple of times where I recognized, okay, we're not moving as fast as we could be, and we're not achieving the milestones as quickly as I want to be. And so it was driven through frustration. So I was frustrated with myself. And I felt that I can and should do better. For me, the first step was to kind of just forgive myself for that and just be kind to myself to try to dig deeper into the root cause. And then I used everything from meditation so you can more clearly have awareness of the thoughts that are going through your mind and feelings to something called IFS, which I think is super interesting. So IFS is internal family systems. It's a form of therapy where you interact with yourself as a bunch of different parts. So there's a self with a capital S, and you can think of that as the integrator of all of these parts. And that part is all loving, is a part that accepts all the other parts. And so often when you're having things come up, it's one part wants, for example, to be successful now. And the other part is like, let's wait and be patient. And how do you hear each part of yourself clearly and then kind of integrate them? If someone's interested about this, I do think that like therapy is a really worthwhile way of approaching this because it gives you, and it's different than coaching because it is a way to introspect deeply and to really understand what are your motivations. So for me, it was like a deep dive into my motivations and then coming back up to seeing how that affects how I go to work and what I'm trying to do. And once I was able to kind of get more insight into that, I had more clarity into how to, operationalize that, like take decisions that are more focused, for example. Because, you hear a lot about people giving the advice of focus. What is focus? Some people think focus is, well, in the morning you do some work and then at night you do a different type of thing. For me, focus is you don't even think about anything else. That's how focused you have to be. In fact, if you even think, oh, it's okay to kind of imagine this other world, you're not focused. That's what I came to for myself. And so you have to kind of understand how you work in order to navigate the subtleties of all the decisions that you have to make every day. So, those are like my two core techniques. I think it is meditation and therapy. And I found those to be more helpful than coaching, but I do think coaching has its place.